Hello friends, I'm Manoj K Jha, and we'll discuss about mains concept mapping and what is this series of GSE score is all about. See, if you look at main examinations cutoff, I always say that main examination is all about one and only one thing, and that is one or half marks. Either you gain or lose in every question. That's it. That's it. And when students used to keep writing, they hardly notice where to work. Sometimes it is frustrating, and they struggle a lot where to improve. Because giving suggestions from the coaching side or from any mentor or senior or friends, it's quite easy. But spotting the pinpoint that where one needs to work is very difficult, very challenging, and very gradual process. So in the concept mapping, what we are going to do here will help the students to learn the linkage between concept and the question. Concept and question, because ultimately whatever you are doing to, you can say, to bring the clarity in expression, and expression is the final output for the mains. That's it, nothing else. Mains output is one and only one thing, and that is expression. And main examination is all about only two things: conceptual clarity and clarity in expression. Clarity in expression. One cannot create template of answer writing. It's not possible. Not possible. But what kind of questions UPSC will ask next year? Who knows? Who knows? And every question is different by its nature, by its demand, by its design. So how it is possible to create a template? You can have a fair understanding. You can practice to achieve clarity in expression. But exactly what you have to write, in which order you have to write that template, you cannot create. You cannot create. So in this session, what we are going to do, we'll take one question of previous years, fine, subject by subject. So all the faculties of GSE score will help you to understand this bridge, this relation between the concept to question. But here we are taking the route from question to concept. Concept to. So we are taking PYQ, and through the PYQ, we'll do a kind of going backward, and then we'll link it to the concept and how to answer questions and how to build concepts, how to improve your self-study. This is what we are going to do. So we'll start with the paper 4, fine. Then the other areas. It's not about any series or any order sort of thing. It's basically about one and only one thing, and that to help you to improve your self-study for the main examination. That's it. Nothing else. So let's take a question of previous paper, paper 4. It's a very easy question. Very easy question. So read this question. And this question is of 2020, 2016. A very easy question. So it says, explain how ethics contributes to social and human well-being. And that's it. Very simple and straightforward question. Now it talks about only one thing, and that is here, contribution. This is the key demand. Key demand. Now, when you go for PYQ, generally you will find that students used to write, almost every student used to attempt PYQ, and that's good. But just I want to add one more point, that you can learn a lot of things from the PYQ. It's not only for the sake of practicing. It's not only question bank. It's much more than that. It's much more than that. For example, it helps you to understand the trend. It helps you to understand the design, how they use concepts to design questions, what they want to test, how they want to frame. And if you do little bit of groundwork in and around the PYQ, it will help you to improve your self-study and developing the concepts. So here the question is basically about one and only one thing, and that is the most fundamental or the most basic question. Well-being here simply means state of something, health of something. And here the context is this. So When we say concept mapping, here what we want to help you to understand that in every question, what UPSC frames, always you will find concepts and context. Without these two things, one cannot frame questions. That too in this examination. So this relationship you will have to understand. Concept does not mean only what of anything. Concept will go to the extent of the application. And context help you to understand the demand. So the next part is concept. Right? Just go back to the question so that you can understand. Explain how ethics contributes to social and human well-being. Let's see the concept. Now, if you go by the syllabus of UPSC, you will find there are 7-8 units. The first unit is ethics and human interface, and in ethics and human interface, first topic is essence of ethics. Now, essence of ethics expect you to understand two things. Number one, what is ethics? And number two, why ethics? This is your first topic in the syllabus, first keyword mentioned. Now, largely if you see the texts, coaching notes, or the books, generally we find ethics is largely defined in and around philosophy. And that is that ethics is the study of moral philosophy. That's it. But if you see from this perspective, probably it will be very difficult to write answer, especially this question. This question is very easy. Everyone will write. But I have a question to you. The question is basically one very simple question. That what makes you so special to take edge over the others? Everyone will write. Such easy question. So here it's very important that how do you develop your concepts? Concept, application, relationship. Here also, if you look at this, if you don't understand the essence of ethics, means why ethics? Only if you read this, what is ethics? Probably you may not be in a position to write more effectively. You will attempt, everyone will attempt. But what is so special about you to get some 1 marks extra into it? So if you go back again, you see this question. Again, it will help you to understand this. So let's come back to this essence here. And in the essence, number one, so when we say what is ethics and why, here you will have to understand why simply means the action, the decision, quality of decisions, etc. We are what our decisions are. We are what our choices are, and how ethics helps to improve the overall quality of the decision making. That is this question is all about. Let's go back to the point again. This contribution. It has some contribution. Right. So my next point is in the concept building, what you have to do basically that you try to understand this unit in terms of its action, quality in decision making. This unit I am saying, and especially the essence of ethics. By merely by reading the meaning of the ethics probably may not help you to write good answer. Right. So this is the point number one. Next is basically if you have to write answer, how to write it. You can start with examples. So it talks about the social well-being. There are several examples. In terms of uh, you can say uh, the duty of the citizens in terms of crime, uh, in terms of common good. There are several examples. There are several examples. So if you wish to start with the examples, well and good. If you wish to start with simply by defining ethics, also good. But here you don't have to discuss the philosophy. Rather, ethics is more about adoption in action. What is this paper is all about? It's not philosophy. It's in action. So this is something you have to talk about this, and then you have to link to the context of the question. Context, social and human well-being. That's it, nothing else. Nothing else. Very simple. But these three things should be in sync. How you start, what order you place, it's up to you. If there are 1,000 students, there are 1,000 ways to write. There are 1,000 ways to write it. But it has to be very natural, very relevant, clarity in expression. This is something that is required. That is required. So again, we are coming back to the point that I took one question. If you go by the you can say, or if you take a backward step, then you will find that there are certain keywords. There are concept, context, relationship. That context you have to link with the syllabus, where it fits into. And then how do you study that concept? उस concept को आप expand कितना करते हैं? How much you are able to expand? If you are reading only what is ethics, then probably you may not be able to write a better answer. If you add here that this topic is not only about what, it is also about why ethics, then probably you will try to locate, find, and understand it through the various illustrations. And that helps you to substantiate your point, bring clarity in expression. And that illustrations, examples, data, etc., you can find out from the current affairs. Current affairs is not only about certain news, issues, etc. It is much more than that. The question is, how do you use it? How do we use it? So to go to the next probable, I'm not calling it probable question, but again, how you develop a link from, you can say, the question to the concept. Again, you can find the question. Previous years only. This is also previous years, UPSC's previous years question. Again, how does ethics seeks to promote in human life? Why is it all more important in the public administration? Both demand of both the questions are very close. Here it is also about why ethics. And here the context has changed, and here the context is more about the public administration. There it talked more about the society and human well-being. Here it is talking more about the public administration. But the broader contour of the demand is same. So any candidate having good concepts and fundamentals would be in a position to write better answer despite the context is changed. This is what you have to practice. This is what you have to do. So in this series, where we are going to touch almost all the areas of, you can say, main examination syllabus, will help you to improve your self-study. And this is something very important before you do a lot of answer writing. By writing many tests and answer writing, probably it may not be of much help unless you work simultaneously on the concept building and then answer writing. Because while answer writing, you do one and only one thing, and that is you capture your thought process. Right? So this is what we are trying to do in this series of sessions. Thank you very much. Thank you.